Good day, Broncos. Today's Friday, April 28th, and welcome to BNN.
On today's show, we take a look into local shops that will help Broncos out with prom preparation.
Then we get down to the facts about this year's mayoral election and what you need to know before voting.
And finally, we solve the age-old question, where does that hallway music come from?
Hi, I'm Keegan Hayes.
And I'm Jessica Miner. Well, this is our last show for April, and can you believe we only have 5 weeks left? Time has really been flying by, huh, Keegan?
Yeah, it's really been flying by. I feel like we just started our senior year, but it's already the fourth quarter.
You know, it's been like that all year, too. Well, as we head into the final stretch of the semester, we only have one big event coming up, seniors, prom. And I caught up with some Broncos to see how they prepare for this memorable night. Well, Broncos, it's prom season. You know what that means. Time to start planning and preparing for that perfect evening. You gotta plan for your tuxes, your dresses, and your dinner. So here's some cool local shops and your fellow Broncos that are gonna help you out in making sure your evening is absolutely nothing short of perfect.
Finding the perfect prom dress is the biggest challenge of prom. Leanne's Bridal in downtown McKinney has its doors open and holds a large variety of affordable dresses.
I think my dress was like $81. I went pretty cheap about it because, you know.
Check out Kick Up Your Heels on the square too to find the perfect shoes for your perfect prom dress. Hurry before time runs out.
I started like super soon, like embarrassingly soon, because I just wanted to make sure I had it. Like I didn't want to have to worry.
Head out and visit A3 Alterations and Tuxedo Rentals just off 380 and see what you'll find.
I got the tux last night, so a week and a half before, because I just needed to get it done, and I know it's just going to get more busy, like the closer it gets to prom. I think I spent like $200, planning on spending around $100, or just a little over that for dinner.
Prom dinner is also a must when it comes to planning prom night. Downtown McKinney serves a variety of places from Fancy Harvest to a more laid-back dinner at Mellow Mushroom.
Prom tickets are already on sale, so go ahead and get your tickets and start planning for your prom. Don't want to wait too late, Broncos. Jessica Miner, BNN. Well, now that we've seen how our Broncos get ready for the evening, let's find out what their plans are for prom night. Patrick Rushing hits the hallways to find out.
Hey there, Broncos. Today we answer the big question, what are people doing for prom? Let's go find out. Okay, so what are you guys doing for prom? Yep.
Going to prom.
Really? Are you gonna go to the dance or what?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the dance, we're gonna go to dinner, take pictures.
Wow.
Exciting.
Nice. You doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so what are you doing for prom?
I'm going and hope to have fun, I guess.
Really? And you went to prom with somebody else a little bit earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to
Yeah?
I went to prom with like my church, and that was interesting.
Really? How'd that go?
It was interesting.
Yeah, not boy prom though, right?
Not boys.
Because that's better?
Yeah, boys better.
Bummer for you. Okay, so you're going to prom this year, right?
Yep, it's my first time going. Oh my God.
Nice. Yeah, it's the first time for most people.
Yeah.
Okay, are you doing anything fun? What's your plan?
Well, I'm gonna go to prom with all my friends.
Nice.
Afterwards, we're gonna go turn up.
Ooh. Well, that's the fanciest part of the night.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are headed to prom, right, this year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, what you guys gonna be up to? You gonna?
I'm getting a limo, and we're getting a few friends in the limo having a limo party.
That's crazy. All right, and you?
I'm going to dinner with all my friends, and then my boyfriend's driving us to prom.
Oh, dinner's cool. Sounds good. All right. Nice, man. All right, I'm here with Adam Nixon, the man with the plan. So, what is the plan for prom here?
To steal High's prom theme.
Wow. Yeah. How are you gonna pull that one off?
We already did.
I gotta go.
Prom is the conclusion to a busy first week of May. Senior awards are on Tuesday night at 6:30. Teachers awarded many seniors for their excellent work in the classroom. And STAR testing returns May 2nd and 3rd for many students. Algebra 1 is on Tuesday, the 2nd, and Biology and U.S. History are on Wednesday, May 3rd. Be sure to check the bulletin boards around campus for your testing rooms. Also on Wednesday, seniors have late arrival and don't have to be on campus until 10:15.
Also, for all you AP testers, the first week in May puts your knowledge to the test as your testing begins next week as well. Be sure to check if you're testing in the morning or afternoon and be prepared. And as testing season begins and the year's last events are upon us, our board sports start wrapping up their seasons. And here's Josie Cowley with the latest on our Bronco athletes.
Thanks, Keegan and Jessica. Well, Broncos, get ready for a week of crosstown rivalry between our Boyd baseball players and the McKinney High Lions. Here in the last week of the regular season, the Broncos are looking for a win to put them in a position for the playoffs. And if you missed the game at High on Tuesday, then no worries. Be sure to head out back tonight for the matchup here at home. First pitch is at 7:30. For sports like golf and tennis, the season of districts and regionals are upon us. Congratulations to sophomore Emma Jenner for winning regionals and making state, and our golfers for competing in regionals this week. Life beyond the regular season is also prominent for our Broncos track and field teams, and reporter Corbin Bell caught up with our athletes who are going for the gold.
Track and field season is coming to a close as we finish regionals and are heading to state. I stopped by to see how our Broncos are dealing with the competition. The track and field team is a big unit of Boyd members, from football players to basketball players, cross country, and even wrestling. Track and field is where all the star athletes come and shine. I stopped by to talk to Jessica to see what it takes to get on the Boyd track and field team.
To be on the track and field team, you got to be dedicated, you got to be strong, you got to be coachable and be able to understand that there's room for improvement, and you really got to want it. You got to want to win, you got to want to compete.
Stakes are high, but go check out our girls and boys 4x4 as they are both one of the best in the state. Another great event to catch is Coach Abgar and our pole vaulters. Even though Boyd lost many great members such as senior Aaliyah Mitchell, many of Boyd's seniors now are stepping up to the plate to take on these state contenders in the state meet. I went to talk to Garrett to see how great the competition is at state.
After district, it's really a challenge, because after district you go and compete with all the big schools, all the 6A and really good schools, so you just got to be on your A game. You just got to be competitive and in it to win it. So.
Go to University of Texas in Austin, check out state on May 11th and 12th. I stopped by to talk to Coach Bader to see what he expects to get out of the state meet.
So we have area on Friday. After area, we have regionals at UTA. That's going to be Friday and Saturday. And then May 12th, I believe, is state. So we fully have that expectation to continue this progress and to move from area to regional to state.
Go support our Broncos at state as they've been working day in and day out. We hope to see their blood, sweat, and tears pay off. Corbin Bell, BNN.
Well, summer is almost here, and so is the repetitive need to find something different to do with your free time. With this in mind, I went down the road to Texas Motor Speedway to see all the events this massive establishment has to offer. Welcome to No Limits, Texas. Population 0, speed limit none. And in the middle of it all is Texas Motor Speedway, which is not only home to 2 NASCAR races a year, but a multitude of events in between. Here in the fastest town in Texas, events like car shows, Friday night drags, IndyCar racing, and Christmas lights at the Speedway take place at the track throughout the year.
We come up with different concepts, as we were talking about. For this past April weekend, kids 12 and under were able to get in free, and was just $10 for our big cup race. We have different displays. We had the Cars 3 display that was attracted to a younger audience. We had Monster Energy, who brought in a new crowd for the first time this year as a sponsor for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. In the past, we've had events such as the Red Bull Air Races, as I mentioned, car shows, our Friday night drags. So we come up with different concepts to try to create a new fan base.
The town referred to as No Limits, Texas is really located just an hour west of McKinney in Justin, Texas. However, both longtime NASCAR fans and also those that aren't that into the sport come from all over to enjoy the many events at Texas Motor Speedway.
I wasn't expecting it to be like such a big deal and such a big place.
Texas Motor Speedway opened in 1997 and hosts 138,132 seats around a 1.5-mile track. But the miles they travel go far beyond the speedway and impact the community around them.
We do a lot of engagement with the fans, whether it's us going out and working with different schools as part of our Speeding to Read program, or we have a Speeding to Help initiative that we take on during the summer, where we're going out and doing community service across the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Texas Motor Speedway is continuously looking for ways to connect NASCAR fans and people of all backgrounds. Students here at Boyd can find many activities to meet their interests.
My favorite part was seeing how into it people got.
So whether you love NASCAR or not, there are plenty of activities for you and your family to enjoy. Josie Cowley, BNN. Well, that's all for this week's sports. Be sure to keep up with all the athletics happening at Boyd by watching our YouTube channel for daily news bits. Back to you, Keegan and Jessica.
Thanks, Josie. Just because the school year is coming to a close doesn't mean that time stops for everyone else in our community. For our mayoral candidates, time is just beginning as early voting starts this week. Darius Hart fills you in on what you need to know on this year's mayoral election.
With the 2017 mayoral elections just right around the corner, I caught up with some of our senior Broncos to see what they're looking for in the mayor and who they're going for.
The race is on in McKinney. As May of 2017, two people have thrown in their hats in the ring to become the next mayor. George Fuller and Randy Pogue go head-to-head to claim the next spot as mayor, but how do our Broncos of H feel about the race?
I honestly don't know yet, but I'll definitely be looking into the issues, like what they would do for our schools and different things like that before I decide who I'll vote for.
It'd be nice to see someone bring like big businesses here, just because I feel like you see towns like Frisco and stuff with companies like Toyota and all that, bringing all the companies. I wish we could just like bring more money down here, and I just want to see someone just make it a better city.
With posters, boards, and all types of advertisements all throughout the town, these two are stopping at nothing to claim the spot as mayor.
I really want to see a mayor that's out and about in the community, somebody that's easily accessible, somebody that you can walk up and start having a conversation with easily.
If this is your first time voting and you don't know where to go, then make sure you head over to John and Judy Gay Public Library, where voting will be starting May 2017. We look forward to seeing the outcome of the elections, and may the best man win. Darius Hart, BNN.
Well, to the seniors that registered early, voting started on Monday and ends next Tuesday. But if you can't find the time and place to place your ballot, then you can always cast your vote before prom on May 6th. But expect a line.
But there's more than just mayoral candidates on that ticket. And one name is a graduate right here from Boyd. Patrick Rushing caught up with Gavin Nicholson to learn more about his campaign as he runs for City Council District 3.
As the youngest individual to ever run for McKinney City Council, Gavin Nicholson isn't backing down from pursuing a career he hopes will inspire youth across the nation.
Gavin is 19 years old and graduated from Boyd just last year. Since then, he has been nonstop at Collin College, studying full-time as well as running his entire candidacy from his own McKinney home. And his campaign isn't to be taken lightly. I sat down with this young politician and learned just what set him apart from the rest.
I bring in a new perspective that a lot of people don't think about, and they want to kind of stick in the past. They don't really think about the future, what's coming.
Gavin has never held any political office and was never even in student council during his time here at Boyd. However, he believes this can prove to be one of his most effective virtues.
I'm young, you know, I don't really have a lot of public experience in general, but what I tell them usually is because I am a fresh face, this actually shakes things up a bit.
Just because he's never held a seat in any sort of government doesn't mean he's going in blind. Gavin has taken countless weeks and months of research to create his campaign and believes strongly in what he's vouching for.
There's a lot that needs to be done in McKinney. We have a crumbling infrastructure. We have a city that is known that it does not do well with business. We have a business problem. We have a public transit problem. We have a parks problem. It just goes on.
On top of this, he also aims to bring the city towards a more sustainable energy solution and believes that ultimately it will benefit the city in all sorts of ways.
So the biggest thing is offering an incentive for businesses. That would be the quickest way to get green energy in here.
Beyond this, he has taken an in-depth look at our very own McKinney Airport and its success in the community.
The McKinney Airport is very unique in the sense that none of our neighboring cities have it, number one, and it's really an asset that we need to hold on to.
By expanding our airport and refurbishing it, Gavin predicts many large corporations will find a home here in McKinney.
I've come in and I've said, hey, we have companies like Apple, Microsoft, even Google that want to expand constantly. We're a prime spot to go. We have a population that's rising. We have Dallas is only 45 minutes away. They have a mass transit system, and that's exactly what companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, they all look for in their companies.
In his campaign, Gavin stresses the push towards the future and the struggle to get out of old habits. He knows this will be one of his biggest challenges, but believes that the future of our city starts here. Gavin believes that he can prevail in the upcoming election, but stresses the importance of getting out to vote.
Getting out to vote, it will make a landslide happen. I'm going to throw out a few numbers here really quick. The last mayoral election, we had about less than 5% of all registered voters turn out to vote.
Along with the mayoral elections, voting for city council will be held at Collin College off of University.
We need to get your friends out to vote, get your family out to vote, get your neighbors out to vote, get everyone out to vote.
Patrick Rushing, BNN.
This week has been full of unpredictable weather, but things are finally getting back to normal. Darius Hart gets you in the know with your wonderful weekend weather report. Darius?
Thanks, Keaton and Jessica, and happy Friday, Broncos, and welcome to your wonderful weekend weather report. Today, we're starting off the weekend just right with a high of 85 and a low of 67. We're expecting warmer weather, primarily sunny all throughout the day, so if you're looking to get out today, this is the perfect weather to do so. Expect some strong thunderstorms with a high of 61, with a high of 76 and a low of 51, so be careful if you're planning to go out, Broncos. Sunday, the skies are expecting to get cloudier during periods of the day with a high of 65 and a low of 45. That's all for this weekend's weather report. Back to you, Keegan and Jessica.
Thanks, Darius. If you fear for your phone on those rainy days, it's probably time you should think about getting an upgrade to a new model. But if you're an Apple user, don't think about getting the iPhone 7 just yet, because Samsung's new Galaxy S8 might just steal the spotlight. Mariel Standridge unveils what could be the most powerful phone yet.
After a previous blow-up, Samsung has released their newest phone, the Galaxy S8. This phone could determine their future in this industry. For those who don't know, Samsung's last release, the Galaxy Note 7, was supposed to be the next big thing for this company with its larger battery that was supposed to last 9 hours. Due to problems with its large battery, many people reported their Note 7 smoking and exploding, leading to a U.S. safety regulation recall nationwide. It got to the point where airports wouldn't even allow Galaxy Notes onto their planes. But despite all of this, Samsung is pushing through and giving us their next product, the Galaxy S8. The S8 comes in two versions, the S8 with a 5.8-inch screen and the S8 Plus with a 6.2-inch 4K display and a slightly larger 3500 mAh battery. Both versions allow for expandable storage and run Samsung's version of Android 7.0. The new model has no physical home button, but instead is inside of the screen to add more space. We asked some of our Broncos about their thoughts on the new phone.
Well, I think it should be on par with some of the other phones that they've had in the past in terms of competition with the iPhone. So I don't think it's going to be the mainstream phone that everyone will be using in, a few months. That will definitely still be the iPhone, but I do think that it has the potential to be a decent competitor.
Hopefully this phone will be a big success for Samsung. Mariel Standridge, BNN.
The innovative Galaxy S8 is already in stores and on sales and are booming, but in a different way than the Galaxy Note S7.
New technology isn't just for our pockets or our tweets. Over the past few months, 3D printers have been making appearances here on campus. Reporter Afaf Tabasum finds out how the printer builds new classroom material.
A place where you can make almost anything. Sounds pretty interesting, right? Well, that is going to become a possibility next year here at Boyd. We're going to be having a new makerspace here in H221.
The Makerspace is a room we will be having next year that is a place where students can be creative. It will be open the whole school day.
A makerspace is it's really just a laboratory where students get to be as creative as they want to. Everything from creating games to actually developing software.
The room will have a high-definition camera, a green screen, and even virtual reality goggles.
I think the Make Your Space room will impact students and myself by letting them express their creativity through the new things that they're going to be able to do in this room.
Boyd will be the first school to have a separate room for the Makerspace. Everyone will have provided equipment to work and create.
It'll just keep growing so that it just expands on what the students' creativity pushes it to.
This new creation will be a great experience for many students.
If you have any questions, go to H221 and see Mr. Ayers. Nadi Eshkpor, BNN.
Wow, those 3D printers are really cool. I wonder if anyone's actually gotten to use them yet.
Actually, my friend let me borrow one of his things that he 3D printed. It's a spinner, and it uses 4 bearings, and it's pretty cool.
That's actually really neat. I kind of want to give it a try sometime.
Unless you're living in your earbuds, you've probably noticed our passing period music. But did you know we're the only school in McKinney to do it? Josh Wood lets us in on how it's all done.
Every day, students come to McKinney Boyd to be serenaded by the sweet sound of passing period music. But how are these songs chosen, and what do our Broncos really think about them? We scoured the halls to find the answers. We talked to Assistant Principal Mr. Bambico to find out the process of the song selection. So, Mr. Bambico, what helps you decide the music to pick for the passing period?
Well, there's different things that come into play. One is as far as selections that I like from 60s and 70s, different events going on campus, sometimes tied to theater, some of the productions that they're doing. Also, in the past, we've played orchestra music, the UIL pieces.
Now, is there a way students can give song suggestions?
Yes, with the name of the song and the lyrics, and it's on a CD, something I can listen to and read lyrics as it's being played.
Now, what do our students think about passing period music? So, Jordan, Sydney, Adam, Josh, what do you think about passing period songs?
Well, most of the time when I'm walking around in the hallway, I have my earbuds in.
Well, there have been some good ones in the past, but recently, like the country and Adam's Family, it just doesn't just don't get it.
They do play good songs every once in a while. They put Have You Ever Seen the Rain on there, and I love that song. It's pretty awesome. But I think for the most part, they could definitely do a much better job.
Do you think the students could enjoy the music more if you were allowed to offer suggestions?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we actually had a discussion with my friend about this and how, we don't know who chooses the songs, so we think that if we're going to be the ones that have to listen to it, we should be able to choose.
Yes, I definitely think I'd enjoy it more.
Yeah, I'm just like, Doug.
Okay. Because different people enjoy different types of music. Obviously, not everybody's going to appreciate all of the passing period songs. However, it is very cool to have faculty like Mr. Bambico, who put in the time to make our day-to-day lives even better by including passing period music. Tim Longoria, BNN.
If the music through the halls doesn't speak to you, maybe it's time for something new. This Saturday, Boyd is hosting the very first Mactown Music Festival. Students and their bands will play from noon to 10 on our Boyd football field. More than 20 bands are playing with 30 minutes given to each act. Admission is $10 for students, so grab a seat and get a listen for more of the music that fills Boyd.
If you're not a huge music fan or are interested in more traditional art, Boyd has covered that for you too. For artists who want some exposure but are not sure where to find it, there's a new literary arts magazine gracing campus. One of the hardest and often most nerve-wracking parts of being an artist is getting exposure for your work. With the help of Miss Woodruff's background in creating magazines, Mr. Thomas and Miss Tisdale came together to create Voyage Literature and Arts Magazine.
Many times we have artists and creative people here that maybe are hesitant to share their artwork publicly. So we want this to be an opportunity for them to share their work publicly in a sort of safe space.
The magazine submission options cover a wide range of mediums including photographs, paintings, sketches, short stories, poems, drawings, digital artwork, and 3D pieces.
We've gotten several submissions. I'd say probably over 50 submissions. I think we're expecting to have a lot more though after our first production run, which is hopefully going to happen by the end of the year.
While submission for the first issue of the magazine is passed, more chances to share your work will be available soon.
I think it's a really cool way to see what is new, in the literary community, what new poets are coming up. And I think this is definitely a good way to get a sort of growing culture like that.
So if you're an aspiring artist and don't know where to start, having your work published in Arts and Literary magazine is a great way to begin your professional career.
There's a lot of talented people in the school that get a lot of exposure, the athletes and the musicians. And we just wanted to give the students who are more into writing and art that same opportunity to have that visibility.
The first issue will be available in physical print form in the library, but they plan to eventually create an electronic copy as well for easier access to the public. If you're an artist or writer looking for more exposure or just interested in art in general, visit the Twitter page MBHS LAM Club for more information on the magazine. Keegan Hayes, BNN. Well, Broncos, that's all for this week's show, but stay tuned next time as we explore the homeless population in our community and how to help them.
Then it's a house divided for some of our Broncos staff. What's it like when your significant other works at your rival high school?
And finally, we look into the Netflix sensation 13 Reasons Why and how it may cast the wrong spotlight on mental health.
Remember, news is always stampeding through the halls of Boyd, and BNN has it covered.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Bronco News Network or on Twitter and Snapchat at Boyd_BNN. Have a great weekend.